Hello and welcome to Interactive CAD and Tech. Today I'm going to be going through how to draw a spoon in SolidWorks. It's quite a good tutorial for beginners who want to start using surfacing in SolidWorks. So just to get started, I'm going to go up to Sketch. I'm going to draw a sketch on the front plane. And it's going to be, I'm going to draw a 150mm line and make it coincident with the origin. I'm also going to make it a construction line. And now I'm going to put another dim from the origin to the right of the line, and that's going to be 45. So now I've got this construction line. I'm going to make a start by modeling the surface of the spoon by making two 3-point arcs and another 3-point arc in the opposite direction above the line. So you've got two 3-point arcs there. I'm going to keep my finger on control, click both arcs, and I'm going to make them tangent to each other. So I'm going to add the tangent relation there. And now if I pull this up and down, they're both affected by each other's curvature. And now I'm going to make the radius of this at the front of the spoon 45. So now you've got a fully defined sketch on the front plane. Now you have the basic spoon shape on the front plane. What we need to do is do a sketch on the top plane, which is the outline of the spoon. So now I'll just go to top plane and draw a sketch. And what I need to do is this construction line. I'm going to convert this entity. So I'm going to go to convert entities, click this construction line and tick it. So now, if I go back to normal to my sketch face, I have a line that follows the profile of the spoon. So I'll just show you. It follows the profile of the spoon in this sketch. So if I go back to normal and I'm going to make this a construction line. So let's tick construction. So from there, I'm going to do another couple of construction lines from the origin down and from the edge of the end of the spoon down. Make these both construction lines again. I'm going to make one 4mm and one 8mm. And now I'm going to use the spline tool. So I'll go up to spline and I'm going to draw a spline from point to point. So now I've clicked both points. It wants me to carry the spline on, but I'm going to press escape. So I've just got a line from there to there. I'm going to click on the spline and you can see you've got these grayed out arrows. If you can't see these grayed out arrows, you need to go up to your settings, go to sketch and make sure you have where is it? Make sure you have display arc center points ticked, show spline control polygons by default, and show curvature comb, bonding curve, and scale. So just make sure you've got these ticked on your sketch options. If you've got all these ticked on your sketch options, it should come up when you click on the spline with these grey arrows. So these grey arrows are used to manipulate the line so you can make more complex shapes. So what I'm going to do is just click the grey arrow and I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to click this grey arrow and pull it up. So now I'm manipulating this spline. I'm going to do it with some dimensions. So I'm going to click on the dot, and this is asking for the length of the spline of the point of the controlling arrow. So we're going to make this 100, and now I'm going to click on the point, which will make me set an angle for it. So I'm going to click the point there. I'm going to click my 4mm construction line, and I'm going to make that 100 degrees. I'm going to do the same again for this one. I'm going to click the point and make it 55mm long, and I'm going to click the point and the 8mm construction line, and I'm going to put an angle in of 60 degrees. So now it's a bit hard to see, but I've got a nice manipulated spline and curve for the profile of the spoon. And from there, I'm going to use a similar method to do the front of the spoon. So if I scroll over here and zoom in to make it a bit clearer, I'm going to do another spline from that the point on the spline we've just drawn to the edge of the construction line, and I'm going to press escape. So from there, I'm going to click on it again. I've got my grey arrows, so I'm going to pull that out and then pull this one out as well. So from there, put some dims to it. So what I'm going to do is make these tangent. So I've kept my finger on control, click both splines and made tangent. I'm going to put a length in, so I'm going to click the little point, midpoint on the line, and put a length in of 90. And here I'm just going to put a length in of 50. So same again, make sure you on your manipulation arrows, you click in this little center, this little diamond shape to put the length in 50. And now to make this fully defined, because I've still got a bit of freedom here, what I'm gonna do is click the point at the end of the arrow, click the construction line, and I'm gonna make it 90 degrees. So now, I know it's a bit hard to tell with all the dims, but we're starting to get a bit of a spoon profile shape. And I'm going to mirror the shape around the construction line in the middle. So I'm going to go up to mirror entities. I'm going to select the entities I want to mirror, which is just the two splines, nothing else, and I'm going to mirror it about the center line and tick it. So now if I exit, you've got a curve in the middle, and then you've got your outer curve for the edge of the spoon as well. So now we have this profile, we need to create 3D curves for our surface to start building up our surface fill. So to do this, you need to go to features and then go to curves, and then you need to project a curve and select both sketches. You need to make sure sketch on sketch is selected. So if I tick that, now you can see we've got a curve made from both our sketches that's starting to represent a 3D shape for a spoon. So now from here, what you need to do is set up some planes to make the profile of the spoon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the right plane, and I'm going to offset. Go to reference plane, and I'm going to offset a plane 5mm, and then I'm going to go back. I'm going to do the exact same thing again. Reference plane, and I'm going to offset from the right plane again. I'm going to offset this one 22.5. So now I have two planes that are intersecting the front of the spoon, and I'm going to go do the same in the opposite direction. So I'm going to go to right plane, reference plane, and set up another plane. I'm going to go flip the offset this time, and I'm going to flip it and just do it 5mm. So now I'm building up planes along the surface, along the curvature of the spoon. I'm going to do the same again, go reference plane, from the right plane, I'm going to do this 50mm. You'll see why we're building this up in a minute, and flip the offset, and now I'm going to do one at the end as well. So I'm going to go to reference plane, flip the offset, but I'm going to offset this in a different way, so I'm not going to use the right plane. So if I delete that, and I'm going to just draw a plane, click the point at the end of the curve, and click the right plane as well for references. So if you just missed that, I've not used a distance. All I've done is click the point on the end of the curve and the right plane as a reference. So first reference is the point, the second reference is the right plane, and it puts a plane bang on the edge of the curve. So from there, just going to tick that. So now I have multiple planes going through the curvature of the spoon, and I'm going to draw sketches on these planes. So plane 1, let's go to sketch. I'm not sure I selected. No, I've selected the wrong plane. Now I've selected plane 3, so I'm just going to exit that. So plane 1, I'm going to go to sketch, and on plane 1, I'm going to draw anywhere on this plane a 3-point arc. So from there, I'm going to click the point on the edge of the 3-point arc. I'm going to click the curve we created and I'm going to pierce. I'm going to do the same again on this side, the point, and pierce. I'm going to make it a radius of 20. And we just basically, so now you can see I'm starting to make a 3D sketch to make the surface fill. So I'm going to do the same for plane 2. So I'll exit that sketch, go features, I've clicked the wrong plane again. So go to plane 2, sketch, draw a 3-point arc anywhere on the plane, and do the pierce again. So click the curve, then keep your finger on control, click the endpoint pierce, and do the exact same again. Click the curve and pierce. I'm going to make this one 22 degrees radius. Exit that sketch. So now you can see we're building up a bit of a spoon, a bit better of a spoon shape. So I'm going to do the same for plane 3. So this one, 3-point arc again. But I'm doing this, if you notice, opposite to the spoon side. So it's going up, the arc's going above the spoon now. So I'm going to go pierce and pierce. I'm going to make this one 20 degrees radius, but this is going up. This is the fiddly bit to the surface. So if you've noticed now, I've got 2 arcs going under, and I've got 1 going above. I'm going to do the same again on plane 4. 3-point arc anywhere, just make sure it's going up. Keep my finger on control, pierce, pierce, pierce. Make this radius 20. And then the end, I'm just going to do, exit that sketch, and then this is the last one. Just click the wrong plane again. So always make sure you've got the right plane selected. Click a sketch. I'm going to do an arc from end to end at a radius of 25. So now I've gone the wrong way there, so I just need to pull the arc up, pierce, pierce, and oh no, make sure you click the curve, not the end of the curve. Pierce, and then I'm going to make this a radius of 25. Same again, make sure it's going up, not under the spoon. Let's try that again. That's because I defined it, drew it wrong at the start, so let's delete that again. So let's just draw it right this time. So I'm drawing it in the right direction, going in the right direction this time. Pierce. It's not letting me do it. Click the point, not the arc. Pierce. Click the point, pierce, and then go radius 25. And it should work this time. Yeah, so they did that because I drew it the wrong way around. So now I made it face the right way. So if I exit this sketch, I'm just going to highlight all these planes and hide them for a bit of clarity. So I've kept my finger, I've just shifted down and I'm going to just selected them all and select hide. So now you can see we're starting to build up our basic spoon shape for the surface. So now this is where it gets interesting. We need to make this a surface that follows this profile. So what you need to do is go to surfaces and you need to go to filled surface. So the patch boundary is curve and our sketch at the back here. But as you can see from the preview, that is nothing like a spoon. It's following the curves and it's just, yeah, it's just nothing like a spoon. So what you need to do is go to constraint curves and select all your curves that you've done along the way to actually define the shape of the surface. So now if I tick that, we've actually got a 3D shape with a lot of curvature in it to make a spoon. So from here, this is where it gets nice and easy. If you go to thicken surface and we thicken it, let's say 0.5 mil, and tick that. So now we've made that surface into a solid. So we'll just hide that. You don't need to hide the surface. And then just put the niceties on it. So what I'm going to do is go back to features, and then we're going to go to fillet. I'm going to fillet both those corners, but not 10 mil obviously. I'm going to do it 0.75. Oh no, in fact, let's make it a bit bigger. Let's make it 2 mil. Tick that, and then I'm going to click the top and go fillet again. Click the top and bottom surface. I'm going to put a radius of 0.75 on those faces once it loads. So I'll click the top and bottom. I'll tick that. Oh, it won't let me do both faces at once, so I'll just delete one. Sorry about that. So I'll tick that. And then I'll try and do the bottom face as well. Fillet. Yeah, there you go. I'll tick that. So it wouldn't let me do fillet both faces at once. I don't know why. So let's go back to his appearances, and then we'll go to metal. Make it polished steel to make it look nice. So make the whole body like that, and then if I go to not that. If I go to real view graphics, ambient inclusion, perspective, and then there you have it. You've got a spoon 3D modeled in SolidWorks. Hope you found this tutorial helpful. I know I tried to make it as clear as possible because it is a little fiddly, but you do get some good geometry out of it. If you have, please subscribe to my channel to support, and thanks for watching.